that music and music taste can be just as polarizing as politics and political tastes.
Always.
Reminded once again, although I don't know necessarily that whether there are groups that if you're a shark or a jet that you have to like or dislike. I don't know. I guess there probably is anymore in some case, depending on what those musicians have declared publicly about their own political stances.
Okay, obviously, I'm not in the majority here because these were all #1 songs. So the song.
You're acknowledging that part.
Blue Oyster.
You're just saying everybody was wrong.
Yeah,
but you.
Yeah, well, not just me, but people who.
But you lived in a bubble.
It was a great bubble. We went to Lou Reed concerts.
Yeah.
We saw Frank Zappa at the Felt Forum in New York. That was music.
Frank Zappa, yeah. That's a throwback for sure.
Yeah.
The mothers of invention.
Yeah.
All right. That's okay. That's okay. I think we're going to be able to weather. Guards, do you think we'll be able to weather the storm?
We've had much bigger storms than this.
We have, actually. We'll find out.
You know what I say to you, Dan?
What's that?
Carry on, my wayward son. Carry on.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's reminded me, this is apropos of nothing, but I did say I was going to ask, because I don't know how the subject came up. Have you ever been held in contempt of court?
No. Why?
Somebody called.
No. Well, I don't remember what made me bring it up. I said I wanted to ask you, and I wanted to ask Chris. My assumption was that Maddle had been cited like double-digit times on the basis of his style.
I'd predict that, yeah.
But it's not necessarily a pejorative, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a circumstance where you have to do what you have to do.
No.
So they've ever come close to that, being held in contempt?
No, I was called stupid by a judge.
By a judge?
Oh, yeah. This is in my book, so we'll get there. But early on in my career, when I didn't know what I was doing, I'm 29 years old prosecuting a drug dealer, and with a Tech-9 submachine gun, and we left the bullets in the gun when we introduced the gun into evidence. And Judge Tony Sifton looks down from the bench and says, Mr. Luger, you don't have an exhibit listing the bullets. And I look at the DEA agent on the stand, and he goes, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, man.
Jury out, take the bullets. And he looks at me, he goes, so in the future, son, when we introduce a Tech-9 submachine gun into evidence in our courtroom, we have the bullets separated.
Man, how long did it take you to get over that? Were you able to brush it off? That's humbling.
I spent a year learning how to be a trial lawyer, learning how to be a prosecutor, getting yelled at by very experienced judges for being a moron. It's just true. He then called the U.S. attorney, who I'd only met once.
Right.
150 lawyers in the whole office. He calls the U.S. attorney and says, get somebody to help Luger.
Man.
And the senior guy comes down and says, what's going on? I go, I think the judge is mad at me.
That is going to be a good story for the book, for sure.
Not cited for contempt, but cited for
stupidity.
And he was right.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to be clear.
Yeah, you're not even disagreeing.
No.
Man, that's humbling in a courtroom, I'm guessing. Federal officials, I'm reading from StarTribune.com, have warned Hennepin County Sheriff Dewana Witt that failure to provide immigration agents access to inmates eligible for deportation could result in criminal charges. The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, has issued warnings to Witt that not handing over inmates eligible for deportation could result in federal witness tampering charges. That's according to an immigration enforcement subpoena obtained by the newspaper. Similar memos given to the sheriff of Cook County, Illinois, which oversees Chicago. That was, I think, first reported by New York Times. I think we've talked about this concept during the ICE surge, Metro surge, whatever you want to call it. What do you make of this?
So there's multiple things wrong with it. Here's three. One, they're wrong in the law. Courts have said this over and over again. County officials are elected to do what their county wants, to follow county law, not federal law. They're not required to do it. So there's no support for this in the law, number one. Number two, you don't threaten an elected sheriff. change or else we're going to indict you. You just don't. You want to indict her, indict her. But you don't do that. Number 3 is every one of these people, Sheriff Witt being one of them, who I know quite well, is a human being with a family and a life to lead. She's now threatened with being essentially arrested. Her family, and I know her family, is reading about this in the paper. Is mom or grandma going to be arrested? We don't do that. I mean, we do now, but we don't do that in America. You want her to change the way she's doing things. You call her a lawyer. You have a meeting. You do it the appropriate way. But this public, we're going to indict you, is beyond, there is no word for it. I guess outrageous is as close as I can. And it's just dead wrong. And one strategy might be, I don't know who her lawyer is. I talked to her briefly. Is go bring an injunction against ICE. Go to court and sue them and say they can't do this because the law is clear. So stop threatening me. Now, whether that's the right strategy or not, I don't know.
So help us understand on the legal side the difference between what is, I think, essentially a request and an agent with a signed judicial warrant.
Right.
Those are two different things, correct?
Yes, they are. Whenever we would get a warrant for somebody who's in custody in the county jail, they turn them over. That's the law. But you can't demand somebody being turned over just because you want them. So it's not that hard to get a warrant. The ICE agents can go to a magistrate and say, this person, this, and this. Mm-hmm. We need a warrant. Should take an hour or two. Deliver the warrant to Witt, then she's got to comply with it. Easy. This nonsense is all for show and has nothing to do with the law.
One of the law professors quoted in this piece gets to the part about the accusation of witness tampering. Bradford Colbert, you may know him, professor at the Mitchell Hamlin School of Law. It's an offensive reading of the statute. There is no way anyone could possibly read this as tampering with a witness. Do you agree?
Yes. This is going nowhere. It's all for show. It's all intimidation. It's not the way Republicans or Democrats should ever operate. If I was U.S. attorney and this was happening, I would demand that it stop or I would resign. This is way beyond the pale. And it's just plain outrageous, and it's dead wrong in the law. And everybody knows it.
If we look back now, how long has it been since the surge eased, would you say?
Was it late February?
Yeah.
February?
In that range somewhere?
Yeah.
So now that we've had some time since then, and you look back on it, I mean, what's the lesson here? I mean, can this be viewed as, and, again, this is a qualified victory because we've had some killings elsewhere in the country as well.
Right.
But in terms of, do you buy the notion, because there were two opinions out there. One was that in the end, that the administration backed down, kind of forced to by the public in this case, by the protests, etc. Then there's other people who say, no, I'm not sure they did. Maybe they got quieter about how they went about their business. What do you think?
They backed down on invading a city. They invaded us, and they wanted us to crumble before them, and that failed. I mean, are they enforcing immigration laws the way they want? Generally speaking, yes. Deportations are up, etc. But the lesson is you can't invade a city, trample on everybody's rights, and get away with it. That's what we did. That's what the whole world saw Minneapolis and St. Paul do, and the rest of the state. Is it a complete victory for anti-Trumpers? No. But You will not see this administration do that again with this guy Bovino and the whole craziness.
I had one other question about do you believe we are ever going to get anywhere in terms of prosecution in the 2 killings?
No.
Because?
I just don't think we're ever going to get all. I know there's talk about getting the evidence. I don't think so. I think in the end, they're going to make it, the feds will make it impossible. I could be wrong because I don't know what they actually have. I can't imagine this is really going to happen. It would be great if it did.
All right, let's get one more break in. Andy Luger with us for one more segment. We'll get to some texts as well. 64686 is the Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line. A couple other good, subjects, I think, being raised by the audience. We'll do that. Dr. Dan's inbox at 5:30. We'll also find out Andy's got a T-shirt idea.
Oh, yeah.
For the state fair, for the bump. Now, are you a big state fair guy? I can't remember if I've asked you this before. Have I?
I'm a medium to low state fair guy, but I'm going to go back this year.
You are going to go back this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like the look of people who say, I don't go to the state fair. I don't like that. And
he's calling out Kevin Seifert is what he's doing.
Is that what
you don't even know it.
No.
You're calling him out.
Is that what he said?
I love it. Yeah.
I don't like that look. And we used to go all the time when the kids were young and then kind of took a break.
You're ready to jump back in. Well,
for a number
maybe
jump, I'm ready to put my big toe in the water.
Maybe in the shallow side of the pool.
Yeah, maybe in the shallow, but I'm going.
You are going?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see you there. We're right in the shadow of the grandstand. Are you going to go see any music there?
Yes.
No, obviously not. You don't like anybody.
But so you sound like all my friends. I'm going to go see Bonnie Raitt.
That's a good choice.
Who is fantastic. He's just terrific. I'm going to buy a T-shirt, whatever the hell the T-shirts are.
Good.
Whether it's mine or somebody else's. And I don't know, are your listeners there?
Yes, they come every day.
So they can come, give me a hard time.
Yeah, for sure. Well, be careful what you wish for there.
Let the Blue Oyster cult fans come out en masse.
It's a cult, man.
It's just...
No pun intended.
No, it's all right.
One more segment with Andy next. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Barrero on The Fan.
From the 1-800-ASK-GARY Traffic Center.
Andy Luger's back with us for one more segment, and let me see if I can find ahead. I should have started them. They're coming in so quickly.
Is it about music? Because I'm sorry.
No, this one we're trying to go.
Really sorry.
We're trying to go beyond music for the moment.
All
right. A follow up regarding the investigation on Mayor Hur at St. Paul.
Yeah.
Does Mr. Luger think the St. Paul mayor story is actually being underplayed or undervalued because of what they describe in this text as gender reversal? In other words, the people who are saying what they have every right to say, well, some of this stuff seems a little shaky, and I'm not sure, and I'm going to wait this out, which is legal.
Yeah.
Would they be as skeptical if the mayor of St. Paul was male?
I don't know, but here's what I think about that question. We need to all be playing on the same playing field all the time with the same rules. So that person may have a point. I don't know. But I try to play these things straight down the middle, man, woman, gay, straight, whatever it is. Just get me the facts, get me the context, get me what happened, and then I can form a judgment. It comes back to my T-shirt idea. We got to stop judging everybody for who they are and who they aren't and what they say. I don't know that we can, but that person should tweet or whatever they do and say, let's call it down the middle regardless of man, woman, or their ethnic status. I just want to hear the facts. And we kind of used to be that way, and we got away from it.
I'll save this one. This is a goodie. It's a goodie. But I want to give you a chance to address the individual nevertheless. Another texter is very curious to get your reaction to the Bob Fletcher story.
Yeah.
Fletcher decides, I think this was on one of those live feeds that he does all the time, and he emphasized, he got into specifically what he classified as a Somali youth gang violence. In fact, I think under pressure, he followed up and met with, again, leaders and said, we got to look this in the eye. This is an issue within that community that's affecting, by the way, in some cases, those community members. But the comeback in some parts of the Somali community was, you're stereotyping here, you're playing to the worst fears out there, and that it's the wrong approach to take. Yeah. What were your impressions of all of that?
They're dead wrong. We have a problem with Somali gangs. I know about it. And they're Somali gangs. And they call themselves Somali gangs. And it's a problem. And so I know some of the people who are criticizing Sheriff Fletcher, and some of them are friends of mine, but you got to get over it. Saying Somali doesn't implicate the whole community. It just calls out a fact. And you've heard me say this many times with Feeding Our Future. It was a Somali fraud. It was a Somali-led fraud, except for Amy Bach. It just was. It spread through the community. These gangs, because I know them, are violent, and they're very difficult to deal with, and good for him for calling it out. If we put our heads in the sand because it's this community or that community, and when I was in Brooklyn, we prosecuted Korean gangs. Mm-hmm. And they were Korean gangs, and that's what they were. And it's just a fact. And if we can stop all of the political correctness and fear about saying something that's a fact, maybe we can solve it.
Why? I've asked you this before. I'll ask you again. Why is that for some in your favored party such a challenge to say out loud or to stand by, even under some heat, which you're going to get? You got.
Yeah. The Democratic Party has gone too far to not offend anybody. I mean, you can tell I don't mind offending people.
No.
And they can
certainly Boston fans. We know that much. Yeah.
They can push back. You gotta be able to just have plain talk with everybody, as long as you're talking factual. Get over it, and just let the facts lay where they are. This whole sort of don't offend us and that's part of what led to Feeding Our Future. And it is way beyond time to stop it. And I listen when I can, you guys talking about the WNBA, which is kind of what drives me crazy. These are amazing athletes who are doing things you and I and the rest of your listeners could never do. Why are we talking about all the other stuff, the politics and the you got to be this for your sisters and that for you? Who are you to tell Caitlin Clark and everybody else who they need to be? They're amazing athletes. And we've never said this about it. I mean, nobody told Mickey Mantle you got to do that. Just go out and throw up your threes from a million miles away and behind the back passes, and let's just admire that. It demeans the whole WNBA when we try to turn it into a political thing. I think that's what you guys have been saying.
It is. But what's interesting is I'm curious. Now, this might be the perfect time for the text that I mentioned earlier. Why do you always have the leftist guests on your show? Hey, old man, the leftist you have on your show, why do we believe him on the law? You socialist Democrats are getting worse and worse. So you're in the socialist Democrat category apparently, and you didn't even know it, did you?
I am an angry centrist.
That's well put.
I am rallying other centrists to push back on this DSA nonsense and to hold on to a party that stands for democratic values.
Are you concerned that the DSA trend is real, or do you think it's still fairly isolated and being overblown by the media jackals?
I'm going to say something you're not going to hear a lot.
Okay.
I was wrong. I thought it was isolated. I thought it was being overplayed. It's real. I didn't take it as seriously as we need to because it's real. And if you read their platform, it's frightening. And it has nothing to do with democracy.
How much does it have to do with socialism? Because part of what Bill Maher's, one of his most recent deals, if, again, you read a lot of the language, some of it isn't socialism, it is communism.
Right. It dressed up as socialism,
yes,
which is bad enough. But it's not democracy. You can't take people's property away in a democracy. You can't reclaim land for Native Americans in a democracy. You can't. They want to do away with the Senate and the House and form one, and then have local councils, community councils. Which part of Leninism, Stalinism does that sound like? And I'm not a red baiter. I'm just calling it out for what it is. It's not democracy. And tell your listener, or I'll tell them, I stand for democracy and freedom above everything else. And I think we kind of all, us, angry centrists, need to say that over and over again. Because if you believe in democracy, a little bit left, a little bit right, doesn't matter so much. Mitt Romney believed in democracy. John McCain believed in democracy. Do I agree with them on everything? Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. But we need that back because we're losing it on both sides. And this DSA thing, I'm telling you, I was dead wrong on this. Israel.
I had one other big, juicy subject to get to, but it's too complicated to squeeze in the final minutes, so I might save it for another time because I know you have thoughts on it, and it's a fascinating subject that I think has affected many of our big cities. So we'll save that.
Okay.
Gargi, do you think we're going to need to get security? Is there any chance that a bunch of Boston fans or Blue Oyster Cult fans are going to be congregated at the bottom of the atrium?
Anything's possible at the fair. You don't know.
Yeah, anything's possible here, that's for sure.
That's true. What's the T-shirt idea?
Oh, the
T-shirt idea.
Yeah. So I didn't think I was going to have one, and then it just sort of popped into my head.
All right.
It's very G-rated. So it's not.
You don't have to apologize for that.
Because I heard
cutting edge. I know we're
people's body
on the
parts.
line, body parts, etc.
I love the WNBA. It's their talent, stupid, every day. Shut up and let them play. Lynx in 4.
I like it. That's pretty good. Now, you got to be careful because you're going to be accused of hinting at shut up and dribble, which I don't think is what you mean.
No.
Like that athletes can't have opinions. You're talking about the blow, all the noise.
Yeah, the athletes get to say whatever they want.
Right.
Everybody else needs to shut up and let them play.
Yeah, well, I don't argue with that. That's not bad. Guardsy will put that in the mix. We're still working on several things.
I'll buy that T-shirt.
You're obligated to buy whatever we come up with.
Yeah, all right. Then
I think that's only fair.
If you think it's safe for me to come to the fair.
Yeah, it is. It's 100% safe.
Well, here's the thing. You're pretty much already booked because Bonnie Raitt is on Thursday, August 27th, the first day.
That's perfect.
And so we'll see you about 5. Shows at 7.
How about that? You get there a little early? Is that okay? Or you got a busy schedule?
If you think it's appropriate, look, I don't want to ruin your show. You're going to lose listeners.
No, I think it's appropriate. I think it's, it could be a little bit dangerous.
You'll be right after the lizards and reptiles.
The other thing about 76, Laverne and Shirley. So we were really going down the drain on TV, too. So
you're ripping Laverne and Shirley. I'm with you 100% on that.
We had derivative, Mary Tyler Moore spinoff, Phyllis.
Yeah. You're not going to rip Mary Tyler Moore's show itself, are you?
Love Mary
Not
Tyler.
here. You do that and you are done. Even now. Okay.
Loved Mary Tyler Moore long before I ever heard of Minneapolis, or came to Minneapolis.
Right. Yeah.
What was the other one? There was one. All in the Family, Maude.
Well, I think Maude was better than you do.
Okay.
B. Arthur was solid.
I love B. Arthur.
Okay, you didn't like that vehicle.
I don't like spin-off shows.
Yeah, well, spin-offs can be a problem sometimes.
Sequels and spin-off shows.
Yeah. Did you the 70s did you watch Columbo?
Yeah.
Columbo, I still watch them.
Yeah.
They're on Channel 80 on DirecTV. I don't even know what the network is. Every day, every Saturday, they run them starting at 8 a.m., and I've seen all of them a million times, and I keep watching where I have them on as background. I cannot watch enough Peter Falk.
I used to interview witnesses who didn't grow up back then, and I'd be like, I'd touch my forehead, and I'd be like, I don't understand. And they'd fall for it every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, don't you ever watch old TV? I love Columbo.
Here's a couple last texts. God, I don't know if I should read these, Garcia, because now he's going to get the big head again.
No. I'm not going to
You might need it because you've been getting hammered earlier.
We need to feed.
First of all, the Blue Oyster Cult fans will be greeting him with cowbells as he exits. Preach on his take of the severity of the DSA and the disaster could lead to our lives and our country. Best guest ever, says John the mail carrier.
Thank God for John.
763 guy, this is the type of Democrat that America needs. The disagreements between parties should be about the path towards a solution. Can we get an Andy Luger State Fair T-shirt? Such a breath of fresh air every time he comes on, coming from a righty that leans to the center. Need more people like him.
I think Angry Centrist should be our State
Angry
Fair
Centrist
t-shirt.
is a hell of a shirt.
I like Angry Centrist.
I feel like we pulled things back together.
Angry Centrist is good. We did. I think we did overall for sure. Although, did you hear about what Kessler said yesterday?
Oh God!
So we got a.
That's a bad phrase.
We got a text.
You know how many times Dan has said that on a Wednesday when I'm gone? Did you hear what Kessler said?
That's true. No, somebody wanted to know. Okay, Clovey wins. Who's going to get appointed to the seat in the short run?
Kessler. And
Kessler nominated you, and I said, you said you don't want to run anymore, but the kicker is you wouldn't be running. Well, that's the dangerous part. You would not have to mess with the grisly part of this thing.
The Blue Oyster Cult thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Kessler asked me about that a while ago. We had dinner. I really like his wife, by the way.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Man, you kidding me?
10 out of 10.
Runs. I mean, Fox 9 is huge, and now that she's done so well, they got her taking care of other stations that need fixing.
So she's great.
Yeah.
He's fun.
He's something.
Yeah, he's a lot of.
He's fun.
What do you call him? Special. What do you call him?
Special K.
Special K.
Among other things.
So
he had. How far back does Kessler's "It's All About the Wiener" go? Long before the Wiener Wednesday stuff now, which might have darker implications.
That goes back to the opening of Target Field and the Kramarchik's sausage controversy or hot dog controversy.
Kessler has come in here. He's got a garden. Okay. Kessler has come in here. How do I describe it, Garzi? I don't want to ruin it, but I'll
just say this. The cucumbers in his garden grow very large.
He comes in with that, and that's the bit. That's his bit. He's a child.
So I bring you a football story. So no, I'm not going to be a senator.
Okay.
We went through the governor thing, you and I, and there's no false modesty here. I don't know that anybody, it's not what I want to do. And I think whoever gets appointed to that spot should really want it.
Yeah.
And I don't. I have no idea that anybody would ever consider me other than Kessler, but it's not what I want to do.
I think you're better. Yeah. I think you're better on the outside trying to affect the way things. Although 612 guy, centrist Democrats got us 2 Trump terms. He's blaming that on the centrists.
Good for him.
Just saying.
Good. Everybody's got an opinion.
So that'll be your motivation for the next time you come on.
Yeah, we'll deal with that.
We'll deal with that.
All right, thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Andy Luger, former U.S. attorney, kind enough to join us in studio. Back in just a minute.
Sit up! Preset KFAN. Hey, PA's the mic. PA's the mic. Preset KFAN said hi.
Shy and retiring Andy Luger once was on our show.
Vaguely.
Now, now that's probably not an apt description. I never would call him shy, but let's just say he's opened up a bit over the time we've had him on, which is terrific, which is even better, even at the risk of alienating a lot of 70s rock superstar group.
I think he's sleeping on 76.
Yeah. Well,
I think he's overrating what came before and underrating 76.
Yeah, I see. I'm not as high on Lou Reed as he is. That direction was not in my wheelhouse, but that's where the people who thought they were interested in real music, that's where they went. Talking Heads, etc. I've said this before. I think where I've evolved a little bit is popular music. I think when you're young, you feel obligated to look down on it because it's too commercial. But then you reach a point, or at least I have, that you go, well, do I like listening to it? Yeah, I do. So I'm not going to apologize for it. Does it mean that I would call them, Boston the greatest group ever? Probably not. Although I wasn't a big Boston guy. You sounds like you were offended about some of the ripping on Kansas, though.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, I only know a lot of those songs because of movies.
That's true.
And
yeah,
so
you're right.
It's not something that
they keep bringing them back.
I know. It's not something that I listened to really growing up, or my parents listened to, for example. I just didn't think they were terrible, and I just wanted to get Luger going. There's not many things where I feel I can go toe-to-toe with Andy Luger. Summa cum laude at Amherst College with the guy that went to 5 and didn't graduate. U.S. attorney, radio. Not a lot of things where I feel like I can get Luger going.
Yes.
So you
have to try.
I was opportunistic there.
Yeah, you got to try.
Had to try to pick my spots there.
It took him a while to get there. I understand why his family says we don't want to hear the story about how you got to Amherst Dad anymore. But I'm telling you, it's a hell of a story. It really is. I mean, it's because it speaks to exactly what we asked of every guest old enough to remember 1976. Well, what was life like back? And he's basically saying what happened late 75 into 76 literally changed my life, every aspect of my life. And it merges the sports part with the rest of life. It's perfect.
And what I like about him is if you really want to get deep, the story's not about him. The story's about his coach.
The story's about his coach.
The story is about the coach who didn't need to, as he said.
Who doesn't even remember doing it, but did it.
But just said,
probably because he's done it. He did it a bunch.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I'm sure that coach has tentacles all over the country, if not the world. And I think a lot of people, off the advice thing yesterday,
yes,
I think a lot of people, hopefully, have something like that, where somebody put something in motion that you didn't even think about at the time that changed everything. I certainly do.
I'm with you on that. I didn't come back as strong as I needed to. Example laid out by 763 guy. Through that period, Boz Scaggs was huge. Now, some people were bothered. His breakthrough album, his biggest, was Silk Degrees, which was in the disco period and had a disco flair. But Boz Scaggs is brilliant. A terrific voice and has done a lot of great work before then that people kind of discovered after the fact and afterwards, and that was through that period. And I'm with him 100. Back when we played bumper music, we've got to have, I'm sure, at least 10 Boz Scaggs songs in our library.
Yeah.
I don't know if that day. I hope that day comes when we can play some of that music again. Adam Silver in a New York City skyline dress. Olivia Miles is the GOAT, the best. When she gets traded to New York and wins a title, I'll be a mess. Liberty in 5.
Whoa.
That's Flim Flam.
Man, I don't like that one.
T-shirt idea. On the front, I'm with Luger. On the back, Angry Centrists Unite. Or flip the front and back. Luger is one of your best guests, even though I disagree with him vehemently about Blue Oyster Cult. That may have been the most controversial thing that he said.
I think that has more to do with Will Ferrell and Christopher Walken.
You think so?
Yes. Don't you? I had never heard that song until that sketch.
It was a huge, but see,
it's a big song.
Yeah, I mean, I can't name another Blue Oyster Cult song, but it was in a period, it would have been college for me, I think, and I think it was a good top 40 tune. It was a very, riveting song for its time.
I think it's a good song. And it got a ridiculous second life because of Will Ferrell and the cowbell.
That's still one of the best, obviously Saturday Night Live segments of all time. It's almost impossible to top it.
Yeah,
quite frankly.
One of the most memorable for sure. It's on whatever Mount Rushmore or whatever top 10 list you want to put on.
Man.
I got a fever. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's perfectly said. Did you do the keyword?
I didn't. I was so riveted.
I apologize because somebody's asking, 612 guy.
Yeah, BigDeck.com would love to help you with our national cash contest. The 4 o'clock keyword is green. If you go to KFAN.com and enter the keyword green, you can jump in.
We need another pause, correct?
I don't think we do, actually.
Are you sure? Double check, because
yes.
I'm lost.
We can go to 57.
Oh, okay. Even better. Oh,
yeah, we
good.
can go to 57. You were going to break at 27, and then we started talking about more Andy Luger stuff and broke at 35. So,
good point. That explains
intending to break at 27.
All right, as long as that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get leftover texts here. This is the type of Democrat that America needs. Oh, I think we did that one before. So it sounds like we got him for that. So that's the first Thursday?
Yeah, I checked. August 27th.
Right around the corner now.
It is right around the corner.
So that's
3 weeks from today.
3 weeks from today.
Yeah.
Man.
I printed out my sheet today. We've got enough people where I could make the official State Fair 2026 sheet.
Huh.
And let's see, 5 of the days, I already have somebody on there.
That's pretty good. That's a good start.
It's a long list. Yeah, we're in good shape.
What's our long range forecast? Do we know?
I have not checked. I have not looked at all. It's probably going to be hot.
A little worried about that, for sure. Let me find my other pile of notes here. Oh, I never got to the fat shaming story. So, let's see if I can find it via X. It's where I try to save some of this stuff and where X actually works in my favor, even though it, on the other hand, can kind of occasionally drive me crazy.
Dr. Dan's inbox, by the way, 45 minutes from now, if people would like to get in, JG at KFAN.
It's never too late, is what you're saying?
Never too late. We're always taking submissions. JG at KFAN.com for the inbox.
Oh, congratulations in order. In fact, can you find the bumper to bumper seal of approval? In the remaining minutes, I think we can keep this short, but it's worth issuing it today, I would say, to Mike McCarthy.
It's the bumper to bumper seal of approval.
So A-Raj goes off on Take the Fifth guy, your guy,
A. Fauci.
War criminal Tony Fauci.
He should be in prison.
Correct.
Yep.
Did you see the Mike McCarthy? Because you know how the Jackals work.
Yes.
You're the head coach. Mike, what do you think of what Aaron Rodgers had to say? Perfect answer by Mike McCarthy. You know, these are grown men. They all got different opinions. There's no question about that. But at the end of the day, my job is to keep it about football, keep the focus on winning. That's the right answer for him. Is it not?
Yes.
It's smart because it effectively shuts it down. And it doesn't have to be he's being surly. It doesn't have to be, don't ask me such a stupid question. What, do you expect me to comment on that? Not going to comment on that, which is really what he's doing, but he's saying it in a much more professional way. If you're coach, especially now, if you're coaching Aaron Rodgers, you got no choice but to do exactly what Mike McCarthy did, no matter what you might be thinking, correct?
Yes.
To me, that was the perfect, that's an adult response, is I guess what I'm trying to say. At least for me it was. Okay. So, was it Ronaldo that I was talking about earlier?
Yes, that's what it was from yesterday that we never got to.
So, as I understand it now, and I can't see if I can find the one I'm looking for. I thought I just had it. There's the McCarthy story. I think I have to go back a little bit further because this is now several days ago. Did you see Wall Street Journal, by the way? They have another story. Gary, Indiana wants a comeback.
Really? No, I missed that.
And the problem is, I want to believe in it, but we've had these stories done nationally before. But the photo they have associating with the story, the in-depth story, it's the front of downtown Broadway, Gary, Indiana, the Palace Theater, where I must have seen, 50 films. Now, of course, it's decrepit, it's abandoned, but the marquee is still out there. The Palace.
Is that where you saw Alamo?
It's where I saw Alamo at least once, probably twice. Yeah, there's no question about that. Downtown Gary. I'm still scrolling. Still scrolling. Here it is. Cristiano Ronaldo comes to fiancée Georgina Rodriguez's defense from fat shamers. So the implication of this seems to be that, well, let me just read from it. Soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has been busy since playing the final World Cup game of his career. Reports indicate they're going to get married, although I think there's a story today indicating there might be some delay. I don't know. In the meantime, the couple and Ronaldo's oldest son, Cristiano Jr., have been seen hanging out on the soccer icon's yacht in recent weeks. Georgina found herself as the subject of criticism after photos of her wearing a bikini on the yacht went viral on social media. And she clapped back at fat shamers with a defiant Instagram post on Tuesday. The post included several selfies of Georgina in a bikini, along with photos of food on Ronaldo's yacht. Caption included, translated in Spanish. Lately, I've seen all kinds of comments about some photos of me on a boat. Some people comment on my body, while others defend me. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that, again, in an anonymous world, that people are they're gonna weigh in because they feel like they got nothing to lose to do it.
Exactly. And a lot of mean people out there.
But my God. I mean, are we really? I mean, are we really going to go down? She's a beautiful woman. I mean, it just.
And even if she wasn't.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Why are we doing this?
We shouldn't. But the point is, it's not. It's like, what are you looking at? I mean, what do you pay? Are you looking at the airbrush photos of people who aren't real? The AI generated photos of people who aren't. The bodies aren't real.
Right.
Got a real body. It's okay. Shouldn't be a problem. But then I thought I saw something today that it might be on hold. Did you see that?
I didn't. No, I missed this completely.
Let me see if I can. It just came. I just saw it within the last few minutes when I was scrolling. Maybe we'll include it. It's not really related, I would say, technically to a top 5 at 5, but it could be part of the conversation. Inbox, as I said, at 5:30. I'm assuming. Oh, here. Oh, that's. No, I'm not even going to read that one. That's vicious. My God. McCarthy should have just said Tampa Bay, over and over again. How could KOC make that response 1 to 2 minutes longer? Yeah, well,
he would have.
He might have found a way. That's true. Can Guardsy do a walk-in impression? Flim Flam wants to know. Have you done one and I forgot?
I mean, I don't know if I've ever done it here. I've done it before. I mean, everybody does a walk-in, so I kind of go away from the walk-in. I don't know if I've ever really sat down because he's got a funny voice. You know?
It's a tough one to do,
it's
I think.
Distinctive. It's unique.
It's just, yeah. Well, even he's in a beer commercial recently, isn't he? One where there's a shy youngster who kind of wants to meet this woman or sidle over to her, but he's kind of reticent. And, I mean, who else but Walken to say, hey, get over there. Right. I don't remember what he says, but it was basically, maybe he buys them both a drink. I'm not sure.
That's probably it.
The Lynx are going for another ring. Controversy over parking. Lavelle is the underwear king. Wolves in 5.
I'd say 80% of these entrants have Lavelle's underwear in them.
That has become the thing. That's new.
That and the quesadilla. Lavelle might join from the perch tomorrow. We're negotiating.
Is that the rumor?
Yes. I think he did that last year.
Oh.
We are negotiating. And then Kessler might join from the perch next Wednesday. We're also kind of negotiating that. Remember, I'd forgotten he did that last year when we had the deluge.
Oh, that's right.
And it was the three of us in the...
Well, what the hell is he doing out there? Is it a Fox 9 day? Is that why?
No, but we're there Wednesday. Wednesday's his day.
Oh.
And so if we wanted to keep
How's he going to get a credential?
He did last year.
I'm not sure they're going to let him back, I heard.
Well, he was the one that saved the tent. I mean, if anything, they should have had him out already.
Yeah.
We mopped it up. We were battening down the hatches. I got to watch that video back. That was dangerous. That was not.
Yeah, it probably was.
I don't think that was super safe. And we were the only three people.
You mean once we got in the tent?
Just all of it. Yeah, the storm coming.
Storm came, yeah.
And
well,
everybody bailed.
we were told we could leave the air completely, and they'd do some best of. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted us to muck through it because then I wanted us to be able to crow about it.
Right.
That we were, tough guys. We don't just withdraw and walk away. Because I think that's what Rosen did, like in 10 seconds. I'm done with this.
That's true.
And I think the idea was, okay,
so just to be clear, you wanted to put my life and Kessler's life on the line.
What, mine?
But that's your life. You get to decide.
Oh, I see. Well, you could have left.
I couldn't have.
You couldn't have?
How could I have left?
It wasn't unsafe. I don't think. Maybe it was.
I don't know.
It got very wet, and I think there's the concern about electrical lines. Is that your point?
I certainly had that, yeah. Because the water was coming towards us. We were walking through water to do the show. But we get to gloat about it now. I'm glad we lived to tell about it.
I didn't realize it was staying with you this much.
Oh, honestly, I'd forgotten about it until we talked about it at camp last week. I vaguely remembered it.
Miller Lite. Wilt Walken is the voice of Miller Lite now.
Okay, I like it.
Top 5 will include, I'm assuming, our regret that the Minnesota Twins didn't sell instead of buy.
Oh, really? You think so?
Falling apart.
Well, and now another pitcher is headed to the IL.
Well, we're done.
We're going to talk about that.
Should have sold. We should have sold when we had a chance.
Everything. We could have so many prospects.
Probably couldn't have sold Joe Ryan, I'm guessing, at this point.
No, probably not. Maybe a little Vikings, and perhaps the greatest promotion to try to sell tickets in college football history. You thought Brugger's Bagels was a good one? University of Akron knocked it out of the park. I'll give you details.
Bumper to Bumper with Dan Barrero.